Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Re100 Vigna-Ghina II, and I'm actually kind of really excited about this one. I passed on reviewing the first Vigna-Ghina just because I really didn't like the design at all. I just wasn't interested in building the kit. But I like the design a little bit more for the Vigna-Ghina II. The new parts of this do look more interesting to me, especially like the new backpack, the new head design, the new lance weapon here are just more cool looking in my personal opinion, so I wanted to check it out. And so, as always, huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for making that possible, guys. Check the link to USA Gundam Store there down below. Use that coupon code there, ZakuAurelius10, to save 10% on everything there on their site. Fortunately, this is definitely one of the cheapest in the Re100 line. It's at the base price of 3,500 yen, which there have been a few releases in the R100 line at that price, but as you know, some of the larger ones go for a little bit more. But the other thing that really surprised me about this release is the fact that it's not a premium Bandai. So we did have that premium Bandai version of the Vigna-Ghina come out, which was also red, but it's basically just like for the most part, a color swap of the Vigna-Ghina 1. This one has a lot more different parts in it, but I'm just really surprised that this didn't come out as a P Bandai kit. So hey, anything that doesn't come out as P Bandai is good news. So I'm not complaining, I just find it very strange, but a welcome surprise. Anyway, as always, some cool box art here with the Vigna-Ghina II just doing a cool action pose there with the beam shield and the lance weapon there out the front. You can just see just loads of debris and everything behind it there. Going down onto the bottom of the box, this is number 12 in the Re100 line. Over on this side, we've got some information there in Japanese and English. I'll let you have a look at that if you want to read the English portion of that. But then over here, we can see a front and back view of what the kit is going to look like when it's all painted up and everything. Just a couple little blurbs there talking about the fins on the shoulders and the backpack parts being articulated, as you would expect, of course. The Re100 kits they're not master grades by any means, but they aren't slouches. They do have some gimmicks and things like that. Things move, they're not totally fixed pose or anything, so it's not too surprising that those bits move. And it's got some marking stickers there for the marking on the head and for the forearm, where the shield comes out of that. It's also pretty interesting. It's got there a little bit about the weapon. Shot Lancer, I guess that is what that's called, so there you go. It's got some vents in the back of the legs, some cool action poses here. It does have just a regular beam saber too, it looks like, included in there. And again, doesn't show the list price on the outside of the box, but this was coming in at 3,500 yen, same as the original kit. And right off the bat, that is a pretty ugly shade of red. So like I said, I do like the design of this one more than the original Vigna-Ghina, but I'm still not really a fan of the color scheme and not a fan of everything about the kit. So before mine is completely done and dusted, there will definitely be some different paint scheme on this and some modification to the kit, getting rid of parts or changing parts that I don't like about the design personally. But that's all for a later time. Anyway, let's just check out all of this other stuff. I wonder if this beam shield and those beam sabers, they must be from some different kit. That's from 2018, so I believe those are maybe from the F91. Some marking stickers there. We'll take a look at all this stuff in more detail here in a moment. Let's just make our way down here to the manual first. So, as always, just got the box art there on the front. On the bottom, some more information there, front and back view of the kit. On the back side, just the same kind of stuff we saw on the outside of the box. A little bits of information about different bits, the flexible wing nozzles, the beam shield, the head unit, and the beam saber. You got all of that in Japanese and English, so you can read all of that. And again, these make for some really good references. If you're not very good at posing, just check out the poses in the manual and just try to recreate those, and you'll be all set. Down there is the painting guide at the bottom. It's pretty much just red, black, yellow, gray, and a little bit of blue for the cameras, it looks like. That's pretty much it. Go to the parts list. Not all that extensive, but there's a lot of X's on there. Whoa, that D-runner is almost entirely unused. So a lot of X's there, a lot of X's on the D2 runner as well as the B2 runner. So you'll have a good amount of leftover parts from this, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I guess, if you want to use those for maybe custom parts. I'm not sure how much of those would be useful, but we'll check it out in the review anyway. We'll go through the construction here with the torso, very simple for that, and then the head and the arms. The arms and the upper body is done. Then onto the waist and the legs. Finishing up the legs, then onto the backpack, and then the weapons. Basically the shot lancer. It does have a beam rifle there as well, and then just the beam saber, pretty simple enough for that. How to mount all the weapons, and then at the very back the sticker guide for the included stickers. So let's check out everything that we get included with this. Alright, so here's the foil sticker sheet, which is pretty substantial. There's a lot of color correcting stickers on here, unfortunately, so there will be a lot of that. We'll see how those look on the finished kit once it's all put together in the review. And then we've got our marking stickers there, so you can see the big green and yellow ones there for the logos on the head and the shield, and then you can see a little wraparound yellow one that I'm guessing probably also goes around on the head or chest or something, I'm not sure offhand. And then a bunch of other little markings there in white and yellow as well. But with the kit being mostly red and black, these stickers are not going to look good on that bare plastic. We got SB13 for our clear pink beam saber effect parts, and SB19 for the beam shield and more beam saber effect parts, but these beam sabers are in yellow. The beam sabers for the kit are supposed to be in pink, but just having these means you will have the option of having those in yellow as well if you want to. One thing to note that they are a little bit different in size, though. The yellow ones are much more bulky, or they're fatter, I guess I should say, and the pink ones are thinner, so just keep that in mind as well. PC210 for our standard RE100 polycap runner here in gray. And the A runner here, right off the bat, this is a brand new runner for this kit. It is marked Vigna-Ghina II, and so you can see we've got 4 colors there: red, black, yellow, and a little bit of clear blue there for the part that will be the clear blue for the eyes and the head camera. And then we've also got runner A2, which is a copy of this section of the runner there, giving us a few more red, black, and yellow parts. And then no runner B1, but we do have runner B2 here. This one just being from the original Vigna-Ghina kit, so it's just got some parts there. It looks like for the shoulders, arms, the legs, maybe bits on there. So we've got 2 of this B2 runner. And the same thing for runner C2 here, just some bits from the original Vigna-Ghina. So I'm guessing the reason why we're getting just the B2, C2 runners is just because the original B and C runners in full were for the original kit, of course, and maybe these were color separated, so that's why they were separated off. We have C1 and C2, maybe they were in separate colors on the original kit, I'm not sure offhand, but anyway, we've got 2 of this C2 runner as well. We got runner D1 here in black, this one again from the original Vigna-Ghina, so it's basically just inner frame kind of parts, joint parts, and things like that. The hand parts are also on here. Then we do also have runner D2, which is a copy of this section of the runner here. And then here on runner E1, you can see this is the original weapons runner from the original Vigna-Ghina, so it looks like we are going to have the parts for the bazooka as well, which is not meant to be used by this kit, but I really like the design of the bazooka for this kit, so assuming we do have all the parts for that, I'm glad that that is also included. Now runner E1 is back to being more original parts specific for this kit, the Vigna-Ghina II, so you can see some parts there for the head, some skirting armor parts, parts for the backpack, and the lower legs of course. And we do have a copy of this middle section of the runner here for runner E2. And finally some more new black parts here on runner F1, some parts for the new weapons and shoulder fins and backpack parts and all of that. And we have runner F2 as well, which is a copy of this half of the runner here. So yeah, there you have it. So like I said, not being a fan of the original Vigna-Ghina and only being a little bit more of a fan of this design, I'm really quite excited about checking this kit out. I don't know, I think it's just because I always like checking out any new kits, whatever it is, so there's that. And just the fact that there is parts of this design that I do think look really cool. And it does look really nicely detailed. That is one thing that's usually been a constant for most of the RE100 lines. So, and I like the RE100 line. People have mixed feelings about it, but personally I like it. So I'm always interested to check out new kits in the line. So I'm feeling pretty good, feeling excited to check this kit out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on it down below. If you have any other questions, of course, you can leave those there as well, and I'll try to answer them for you. Until the review, guys, have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.